In this video, I'm going to try lost foam casting for the first time. It didn't have a foundry, so I went ahead and built one out of a trash can, some fire brick, and some refractory mortar. Um, Bought a crucible on Amazon, and I got a giant trash bag full of aluminum chips from a friend that does a lot of machining, and made some, I don't know, billets. Uh, Put them in my foundry, and my assistant wanted to try lighting the foundry. The first try didn't go very well. His second try went better, and we got the foundry lit. From a cold start, it hasn't been run for probably 48 hours. Uh, it takes about 45 minutes to get it up to temperature and melt a crucible full of aluminum. So I made some 1/4 scale curling stones to try casting. I have a larger project I'm working on that I needed to learn how to do some casting for. Uh, so here I am gluing the handles that I made onto the foam curling stone, and the other stone I'm going to try to cast the handle and the stone separately. I've never done any sort of casting before. This is everything I've learned from watching videos and reading articles online. Uh, so after I get the stone put together, I'm going to glue the stone and the handle onto a sprue uh, out of just regular foam. The green foam is the foam that they use for arranging flowers that I got at Hobby Lobby. So I'm going to try one with the handle and the stone separate, and then see if I can attach them after they're cast. And the other one, I'm going to cast the stone and the handle both glued together already. Again, this is the first time I've ever tried anything like this, so you'll have to forgive me if I call something by the wrong name or don't know what to call it at all. I didn't get any video of putting the two sprues with the stones into the sand. All I did was put a little bit of sand in the bottom of a metal bucket, put the two sprues with the stones into the bucket fairly close to each other, put an old little paint can on top of it to use as a riser, and poured the metal into it. So the aluminum is up to temperature. As far as I can tell, it's up to temperature. I'm not sure how to tell. Turn the gas off, and I'm assuming because I've already pulled the aluminum oxide off of the initial melt of the aluminum chips that I melted, there was hardly anything in here that needed pulled off. It was all super, super clean. So now I made combination lifting and pouring tongs uh, just because I was really anxious to give this a try and didn't want to take the time to make two separate sets of tongs. And this was the first time that I've done anything with that much aluminum in the crucible, so I was a little bit extra careful here. So now I'm going to pour the aluminum into my paint can, and it is pretty smelling. You can see that luckily the wind is carrying the fumes from the foam away. And I made a couple molds uh, just out of angle iron. Dumped the rest of the aluminum from the melt into so it doesn't harden in the crucible. So I let the aluminum in the bucket cool for about 15 minutes. It seemed like it was cool enough to at least get out of the bucket. I used a combination of an angle grinder and a hacksaw and cut the aluminum off of the sprues. And you can see I had a failure on the one that I tried doing in the two-piece, but the one that I did together seemed like it went okay. So here it is, mostly shined up. I do have some voids and cracks in it, and I'm hoping somebody can answer the question, did I have the metal too hot? Was it too cold? Is this just something I have to worry about whenever I'm doing something really small? Uh, so if you have a second, leave a comment and let me know what I did wrong, or if you have any tips for me, uh, aside from, you know, wearing shorts instead of jeans. Sorry about that. But thanks for watching.